Hello traders, it's Sunday, February 3rd. This is Liam McMahon with your weekend moving average video. Like I've been doing, because the Friday moving average video covers a broader range of pairs and nothing changes between Friday and Sunday, I've been using the weekend video to do sort of a longer term analysis on one particular pair. And today's lucky pair is pound dollar. So we will be looking exclusively at pound dollar today. It's actually at a very interesting point, technically speaking, so it's actually a great pair to take a look at. So please take a moment to pause the recording and read the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen, and then we will get started. Okay, so pound dollar. This is the weekly chart of pound dollar. You can see here, this is the 2008 collapse. Both equities and the pound and most other currencies collapsed in 2008. You can see that we were trading above 2, which is actually hard for me to even say because I'm so used to saying 160, 170, 156. It's hard for me to say 2 or 2050 or whatever that would be. So then we dipped all the way down below 140, and we've been really consolidating sideways since then. In what really is a bearish pennant or flag formation, with a break lower really exposing another monster move lower. Technically speaking, we are actually right now at the bottom of that major triangle. This is a very, very, very important level, technically speaking, for the pound dollar. We have 1, 2, 3 tests of this triangle already, so it's been validated. We're now up to the 4th test right now. Really, we probably have another maybe about another 100 pips or so before we're really below the triangle. Definitely sitting though right above weekly support, and this is, like I said, a big level. Very strong possibility that if we move below here, we might see a retest, but then the resulting sell-off is going to be pretty strong. Very likely we make new lows below this 135 low. Could very easily see 130. Really could even see below that if the measured move holds. So very, 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 very big level. You can see moving averages are bearish. We had a sort of a false crossover here as the 50 went above the 100 very briefly. They're trading almost exactly the same right now. The 50 is actually 23 pips above the 100, so it is technically, that is a bullish sentiment, but they're both well below this 200 and price is well below both moving averages. Any sort of rally up to 161 basically would be a great opportunity to look for shorts for a breakdown. This is a distinct possibility as well that we rally from here before breaking down. That rally from this level right now would actually be could very possibly be a very strong short squeeze higher, as I think the market is very short the pound right now, as evidenced by Euro pound, which is through the roof. And any sort of pound strength that starts to get generated, any sort of relief rally even, could start to pick up some momentum by closing out some of those stops that have to be sitting above current price. So be wary of the short squeeze higher before a collapse lower, also a very distinct possibility. Really the only thing that removes pressure from the pound would be a breakout above the top of this triangle, then maybe we get a retest, and then higher back up into the 180s, 190s. That, I think, is less likely. I think the pound has some major headwinds ahead of it. I think the chatter of downgrades was going to hurt it. Any sort of the threat that they might leave the EU is going to hurt the pound. There's a lot going against the pound right now. They had a bad GDP print. The Bank of England is considering revving up more stimulus, all of which are pound negative. But all of which have already contributed to this decline and could really see, again, could still see that relief rally squeeze the pound higher. The one thing that may benefit the pound is a significant risk-off period will most likely weaken euro pound and will also strengthen pound Aussie and pound Kiwi, and those cross flows could give the pound a boost across the board. But we'll trade what we see, technically speaking, and technically speaking, major support here, but below opens up some significant downside. Rallies to 161 are viewed as prime selling opportunities. If we drop down to the daily chart, sort of give ourselves a more precise picture, you can see we had just a terrible, terrible, terrible day on Friday. Major bearish engulfing candle, just solid red all the way through. Right near here, these previous lows, you would have to imagine there's some stops sitting right below here. We could see a quick pop lower before higher. Shorter term, if we do manage to rally on the pound, this area right here is a prime selling opportunity. We have the 50 and 100 day EMAs and the 50% fib sitting right around 160. We have an opportunity to try to get short there, and if not there, then this 161 handle on the top of the triangle, like we talked about in the weekly setup, would be the next opportunity to try to look for pound shorts. Any sort of gap lower or quick move lower to begin the week may actually present a nice buying opportunity, as it's unlikely that we're going to clear this trend line on the first attempt. There should be at least a minor bounce and give us an opportunity to get our stops to break even and maybe make some money off of that bounce before we break lower. So we'll be watching that at the open today. There is some major pound news this week. There is the official bank rate and the asset purchase facility are both up on Thursday, which will cause some volatility in the pound. If they increase the asset purchase rate, which I would be very surprised if they did. It would be a shock to the market if they did. But if they did, that would be something that would drive the pound below this triangle. So definitely be keeping a very close eye on that going forward. So that's what the pound looks like to me. We'll be keeping a close eye on this weekly triangle and playing it, how we see fit. Hoping eventually the clear signal will just be a breakdown lower, but we'd love an opportunity to sell higher as well. I hope this is useful, and I look forward to working with you guys this week, and I will see you all in the chat room.